All right, everyone, welcome back to another module here in the Academy. Now, in this one, we're talking about officially signing the client. Okay, now what do we mean by officially signing the client? Well, essentially that means signing a contract. Okay, now I don't like to say that because for a lot of aspiring agency owners or those of you who haven't signed your first client yet, signing a contract may seem like a little bit of a daunting thing, right? A little bit of a scary subject. But I can reassure you that there's absolutely nothing scary about it and there's absolutely nothing complicated about it, especially not when you go ahead and follow the structure and the process that I'm going to outline to you during the course of this module, okay? So what you're gonna get in this module is, first of all, the SD Seamless Contract Template, okay? So this is a very simple, uncomplicated, standard social media marketing contract that we've had developed at Stage Digital and that we use with our own clients. And yeah, you're gonna get this in a Word document and in a PDF document, okay? The PDF document obviously is only for demo purposes. The Word document is the one you're going to go in and edit for your own clients when you actually customize it to a particular deal, okay? Now, I wanna go ahead and stress, you're not going to need to have a contract in place with every single client, okay? Not at all. You know, probably for the first 10 clients we work with at Stage Digital, well, that I work with, I was by myself at the time. I think I had maybe 1 or 2 contracts in place in total out of 10 clients, right? And so especially when you're signing clients, you know, deals that are worth anywhere between $500 all the way up to almost $2,000, contracts aren't really necessary, especially if you're working on a month-to-month basis, okay? Now, if you do go ahead and follow the meeting structure that we outlined in the Academy, which you should, then you usually sign a client on a 4-month deal where they pay 3 months upfront, right? You'll have seen that in the meeting module, in the meeting phase. And so say you sign a $2,000 client, right? With this approach, well, then the upfront payment will be $6,000, okay? In this case, it can be a good idea to implement a contract, and that's why you have it, okay? So again, if you're just signing out your first client, you can get them to agree on maybe, let's say $800 per month, and you're signing them on a month-to-month basis. A contract won't even be necessary. It's not worth the hassle, even though the hassle is minimal. But as soon as you sign a client on that $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 per month deal, and you lock them in on, say, a 3-4 months contract, like we outlined in the meeting module, in the meeting phase, then a contract is a good idea to have in place, especially because of how easy it is to set in place, okay? So without any further ado, let's jump onto my computer and have a look at how the contract template works and looks and works, and how it works in conjunction with our scheduling, well, our signing software, which is called HelloSign, okay? You're gonna get introduced to that in just a second. So guys, you're now looking at the contract in the PDF version. Now, as I told, you're gonna be able to download it in the Word version below this module, so you can go ahead and customize it, because as you can see, there's quite a lot of fields where you have to put in, for example, your agency address, right? The client name, right, which repeats the client name. So you have to customize it for every single use. And then of course, insert your own logo. But let's go ahead and go through it together in the PDF version right here. So SD Seamless Contract System, again, this can be edited, right? Between Stage Digital and client name. Now, this agreement is made and entered into on the 26th of February, 2020 until 26th of May, 2020. These are random dates, okay? Unless extended by any subsequent written indication. Contract is between Stage Digital, having its office at agency address, hereinafter referred to as agency or of the one part, okay? This is you know, lawyer language. Essentially, you don't really have to understand this. It's just important that it's there, okay? And client name, hereinafter referred to as the client of the other part. The background, Stage Digital has expertise in creating and managing social media marketing campaigns. Stage Digital operates a service based on this knowledge, which can be provided to client name. Stage Digital will create, run, and manage social media marketing campaigns for client name. Against this background, the parties have agreed to the terms that follow. For the period 1st of January 2021 to the 1st of April 2021, a series of social media marketing campaigns will be run and managed for client name on platforms Facebook and Instagram, okay? General conditions. The service applied under this agreement shall be subject to Stage Digital's general terms and conditions as set forth in the terms and conditions. Point number 3, remuneration/invoicing and payment terms, okay? The cost of Stage Digital's social media marketing services will be $3,000 per month for initial and subsequent 4 months. The client has agreed to pay all 4 months upfront under the term that the price of 1 month is waived, okay? So $3,000, meaning client name will pay the equivalent of 3 months upfront, being $9,000 in total, okay? Guys, it's important to note, you go in and edit all of this depending on your deal, right? But our goal here, as you know, illustrated in the meetings phase, is to sign them on this 4-month deal, right? And they pay 3 months upfront because we waive 1 month, right? We give them 1 month for free. So they're paying 3 times $3,000 upfront, which is $9,000 in total. In total, a $9,000 payment for the initial 4 months of cooperation. From there, the payments are running on a monthly basis using a retainer agreement. Okay, a retainer agreement. Number 4, terms and conditions. These terms and conditions constitute an agreement with you and State Digital, a company incorporated in agency country whose registered office is at agency address. Client name and State Digital has agreed to start the partnership on a 4-month basis. The service fee for the 4 months will be paid up front, with the equivalent of 1 month's pay being deducted from the total sum. The price of 3 full months shall be paid up front. The contract will be effective as of January 1st, 2021, taking into consideration that the full $9,000 and that the $9,000 in full have been received by State Digital. After 4 months, the two parts will discuss terms for a running partnership, which will work on a month-to-month basis. In cases of dispute, claim, and legal action arising out of this contract, the parties shall be subject to the jurisdiction and counts in Milan, Italy, or agency address again. Now, guys, this is the section of the contract that can seem a little bit scary, right? Oh, this shall be subject to the accounts and jurisdictions in the country of the agency address. Guys, I've signed probably somewhere around 25 of these contracts so far. And I said, we don't implement them with nearly every client we've worked with at State Digital. But I'd say I've been working with around 25 of these social media marketing contracts at this point based on this template that you're seeing right now. And we've never had any trouble. I mean, never. We've never had any legal disputes, any legal troubles with any single client, okay? And in all honesty, I don't think we would have had that, even though we wouldn't have had a contract in place with any single one of our clients, okay? We've never had like a dispute or a serious disagreement with any of our clients, and you guys shouldn't expect that to happen either, okay? It just doesn't happen unless you get very, very unlucky. And in that case, that's why it might be a good idea to have this contract in place, especially if you're working with a bigger deal, okay? But as I said, it never happens. And I think maybe one time in my entire lifetime, I've seen one Academy member have a problem with their client, but it's not like there were any legal actions, arising out of this dispute, okay? So guys, just don't be afraid. We just have this in place as a formality, okay? So continuing on here, number 5, representation and warranties. State Digital hereby represents, undertakes, and warrants that the services provided by State Digital under this agreement does not violate/infringe the intellectual property rights of any third part, in witness whereof the parties hereto have set their hands as on the date of this agreement. Number 6, signed, sealed, and delivered by State Digital. So this is where we're going to insert our signature in the signing program. And then point 7, client signature. This is where the client is going to sign, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and illustrate to you and just kind of display how we go about using this template with HelloSign, okay? So this is HelloSign. This is the page you'll land on once you've gone to hellosign.com and made a free account, okay? The good thing about HelloSign is that it's free to use for the first 3 contracts per month, okay? After that, you'll have to pay $15 per month, but obviously, 3 contracts is all you need to sit at least $5,000 per month, right? And when you hit $5,000 per month, you're going to be okay to pay that $15 per month subscription, okay? So the first 3 clients you sign and you use contracts with, you can do that completely for free with HelloSign, okay? So you don't have to worry about any of the costs associated with HelloSign, okay? And I said, probably the first 3 clients you sign, you won't even have a contract in place unless you manage to sign a really big client on one of your first deals, okay? So let's go ahead and look at how we can use the HelloSign with the contract, okay? So you just go ahead and drag it in right there. It'll start uploading. Usually this takes 5 to 10 seconds. So it should already be done. All right, guys, once you've clicked next, you're gonna land on this page, okay? And so this is where you're gonna add the signers. The first signer that you add is yourself, okay? So you're gonna put in your own name and your own email right here. Then you're going to put in the client name, okay? So you put in the client's name right here and then their email address, okay? Now I've put in both my email addresses here. So it's 2 of my different ones. This is a random one. Nevertheless, I've put in 2 of my email addresses here. So I'll receive both of them so I can actually show you the signing process, okay? Once you've put in your own name, your own email, your client's name and your client's email, you click next once again. All right, and so this is where you're gonna add the signing marks, okay? So you scroll down to point number 6 right here, And as you can see, the signers, it's currently selected me, center stage. So I put in, drag in the signature right here, try to place it in the middle. This is completely fine. Switch down to the client name, all right? And then you drag in the client signature right here, okay? Just gonna center it. Yeah, it should be fine. So these are the two fields that are going to be signed. You click next once again, guys. You can see how quick this program really is to use. Okay, if you want to add a third party, maybe if you have a lawyer or an accountant who needs to see the contract, anyone you might want to see the contract as well, you can add them here so they'll receive a copy. But in 99% of the cases, you're just going to leave this empty and you give it a title. Okay, so SD and client name, social media marketing contract, you can call it. Okay, perfect. And then you can even write something like thanks for choosing Stage Digital, or just a nice little message right here. Okay, it's not important. And then you click here, send for signature. Okay, now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to wait probably 30 seconds for this email to arrive in my inbox, and then I'll pull up the email and show you how to sign it. Okay. All right, guys. So what I've gone ahead and done now is pulled up the email that I just received because we sent out this contract. Okay. So this is how it will look essentially both for you and for the client. Okay. You'll receive one email each. And so yeah, the email I've opened here is the one that was sent to my own email. So this is the one I would personally sign. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click review and sign. It's going to open up the contract right here. And yeah, you can either click get started, or you can just scroll down to your point right here and you can see click to sign. Okay. Now there's not going to be a box here because that's going to be what the client will see, right? They'll receive their email and they'll have this box to sign. The only box you need to sign is the first one here. Okay. And so you can either draw it in, right? Which it's pretty difficult to do on a computer unless you have an iPad or some trackpad, or you can just type it in right here, right? Perfect. Then you click insert. And that's literally it. Then you click continue. And then you agree to be legally bound by this document and the HelloSign terms of service. Click on I agree to sign this document. Again, it sounds a little bit scary, but there's nothing scary about it at all. The only thing you're legally bound to here is, guys, just if anyone's scared, I just want to clarify this. The only thing you're legally bound to by this document is to provide your service for 4 months and to receive $9,000 in payments. Okay, that's literally what you're agreeing to here. Not bad, right? So click agree. And that's it. That's it, guys. So now your signature has been submitted, and the client will probably, depending on their email settings, they'll probably receive a notification on their email that you signed the document, and they for sure, receive their email with their copy of the contract, so they can go in and sign it. Now, once the client has signed it as well, you'll receive an email notification letting you know that the client has signed the contract as well. And at that point, both parties have signed the contract and it's active. Okay. Of course, seeing as you've received the first payment, as we went through inside of the contract, just pull it up again. Let me pull up the PDF. I think it was down here. This contract will be effective as of January 1st, taking into consideration that the $9,000 in full have been received by Stage Digital. Okay, so the contract will only be effective, of the date that you've selected, or as of any date for that matter, taking into consideration that you have received the full payment. Okay, if you haven't received the payment, well, then obviously you're not obliged to do the work. Okay, so yeah, that's that, guys. It's incredibly simple. That's how you sign a contract using, the Stage Digital Seamless contract template, and in conjunction with HelloSign, which you can use for free for the first 3 contracts. Okay, which again, if you, as I said, you're probably only going to need to sign this contract if you're signing to make a contract like this. If you're signing a client on a $2,000 to $3,000 per month client contract, with where you're getting paid 3 months up front, right? So essentially, your first 3 free contracts you can use with HelloSign, that's enough to sign $20,000 to $30,000 worth of deals, right? So when you eventually need to buy the $15 per month option, it won't be an issue for you. Okay, so that's going to be it for this module, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.